A loving, goofy little girl. That's how Rianne Fazakis described her 13-year-old daughter, Presley Wilczek.
And she was the most amazing kid. She was ambitious. She loved her sport. She wasn't scared to go out and do anything new.
That included football, which Presley jumped into with both feet just a few years ago. But Presley had negative influences in her life as well. Fazakis says her daughter matured fast and had a hard time clicking with children her own age. She hung out with older kids instead, skipped school, and smoked pot.
It's a problem, like her best friends were more like 15, 14, 15, and some, for all I know, were older. And that was the thing. That was her influence, that she was being, vulnerable, pretty easily persuaded to do these things.
Fazakis' daughter was staying with her father in Regina on January 8th. He dropped her off at what she said was a friend's house. On January 11th, Fazakis heard Presley hadn't been seen in 3 days. After a frantic search, she filed a missing persons report with Regina police. Police found Presley at a house on the 600 block of King Street. She had died of a fentanyl overdose.
And I just dropped right there. Dropped to my knees, like I couldn't breathe. Like it was just, it was definitely the worst day of my life.
Police say a person who was inside the house was their primary suspect in the girl's death. Fazakis later learned it was a 23-year-old man who met Presley online.
He found her through media, and vulnerable little girl said, make some money. This was definitely a drug house. It was definitely a drug house.
Fazakis wanted police to lay charges against the suspect right away. Police say they were working on it. Then, in June, the man overdosed and died. Fazakis is disappointed she'll never face him in court and is calling for changes to strengthen laws around drug trafficking to a minor. The province says that's federal jurisdiction, but Saskatchewan would be supportive of and encourages the federal government to consider whether existing laws could be strengthened or new ones created to further protect minors from coming into contact with illicit drugs. Fazakis wants people to remember that Presley was only 13 and still trying to figure things out like any other child. Laura Sharpaletti, CBC News, Regina.